edit some. Give everyone the academic 5 minutes to turn up. I'll send out a tweet that we are online. How do I? Oh yes, here we go.
Someone on the Discord earlier was talking about, jokingly talking about the lowest possible score you could gain from playing the solo game, and I feel like that could be where I pitch myself with Voyages. If anyone has watched any of our previous streams, they'll know that I tend to not do very well. Although the last time we played, which was the launch day of the Kickstarter, I won. I beat you all.
That is true. That's true. You came in without us knowing what to expect. I'll just retweet. And we've already got a few folks already. Hi, Fireflash. Oh yes, one of our excellent captains from the Discord. Welcome. Welcome, Paul. How are you going? Thanks for coming over. Hey, Tantalus. Welcome. So yeah, it's been. How have you been, Rory? How's your last few days?
It's been good, actually. I did my Christmas food shopping, which I thought was going to be horrible, but there was plenty of food at the supermarket, Christmas food. So yeah, stocked up, and it's looking pretty good.
Would you believe I went to a Marks and Spencer today? Actually, the only Marks and Spencer in Prague.
Wow!
Because
was that for something in particular?
I wanted to get some mince pies because it's one of my favorite Christmas foods, and of course, it's not really a thing here in the Czech Republic.
Okay, so you had to make a special trip.
Well, I was already in the vicinity due to other things I had to be doing. Hold on, let me put this here.
I haven't bought any mince pies this year, and I kind of regret that. I feel like we're not at Christmas yet, but I feel like I've already drifted into the mindset of grazing. I found myself doing some grazing earlier, and I had to eat some crackers, and I thought this would be much better if it was mince pies. So I made a mistake there, but I'm definitely not going to go food shopping now. I think Christmas Eve is a bad time to go to the supermarket. That would be my one piece of advice for anybody, and anybody watching today. Don't go to the supermarket if you can avoid it on Christmas Eve. So I'll have to do without mince pies. I am going to do so. Actually, inspired by you, Matthew. I'm going to do some because you mentioned you were planning your Christmas baking when we spoke the other day, and I thought I'm going to do some Christmas baking. I've never done any before. I've always done baking before. I've never done any Christmas baking before, so I'm going to give it a go.
And have you completed your baking? Or?
No, I'm going to do it tomorrow.
Well, I'm very lucky. It's funny you mentioned that because Teresa, my partner, is actually making the last batch of our cookies as we stream. So I'm a very lucky man. That
I feel like, having not engaged in the Christmas baking activity before, and you, a seasoned Christmas baking pro, have just sort of let slip that the time to do the Christmas baking is not on Christmas Eve, it's on the day before Christmas Eve. And now I'm panicking that I've left it too late and there's going to be some chaos.
Well, you're way behind. We've already completed like 5 batches like about a week ago. So
wow. Is this all for your own consumption, or are you
No, you give them away to people. That's just and if you have people come over, you put them out for people to. So that's everyone makes their own. There's about 5 or 6 standard ones that everyone makes. But sometimes you have your own little twists. I introduced my own twist. We made some shortbread, which, funnily enough, is just not known in the Czech Republic at all.
Wow, okay.
It's like nobody makes shortbread. And I made some. I tried to make one of my mother's recipes for like a chocolate. It's actually like it's basically a millionaire shortbread.
Oh,
nice. We call it something different. But I screwed it up, unfortunately. I should say a quick hello to Zoberg and Time Roller and M Overton. Welcome. And we have 34 viewers, which for my previous streaming life, I would have had a heart attack had I got so many viewers. So thank you everyone for joining us and putting up with what are you up to for the holiday season? If you're up to anything, feel free to chuck it in the chat. I should also say just before we'll talk a little bit more, but we're going to be playing map 1 this evening. We've got our we're all set up on sketch.io. We both are, and I can switch between the two of us so you can see how we're going. And we'll be Zypher. Oh, so it's another one of our captains. Sorry, M Overton is Zypher. So I didn't know that.
I was just going to jump in quickly and say
sorry.
a big shout out to our wonderful captain moderators on Discord, because they have been fantastic and helping us with the many questions and comments that folks have had. So yeah, that's been a fantastic help, and I'm very, very grateful for their support. So yeah, thank you to them.
Me too. I don't think it's. We've talked a little bit. I was joking a little bit that we've kind of formed a company by mistake, almost not by mistake, but it's all got a lot bigger than we thought it would, which is fantastic. But yeah, it means you definitely are very thankful for the help of others. So
yeah,
definitely. So
we've been very fortunate to have a land into a community which is just very nice and lovely, and it's I'm very, very happy for that. Anyway, sorry, I'll stop interrupting.
No, you should. I mean, otherwise, I'm just gonna, I'll just talk all the time. But I was just gonna give folk who are here already a chance to get ready if they want. If you haven't already printed it out, feel free to. So if you're a backer and you somehow don't have the game, the link is available in update number 13 on the Kickstarter page. If you've got any problems, email us at hello@postmark.games. hello@postmarkgames1word.com. Fireflash has also very thankfully pointed out, if you've missed the campaign, very sorry about that. But the game will be available from our website in the early new year. And yeah, if you sign up to our mailing list, we'll definitely let you know when it's available, basically. But we're playing map 1 tonight. So if you want to play along, which will be great, I'll be rolling the dice on my screen, like here, and you'll be able to see over here, sorry, with my cursor, and you'll be able to see what I roll, and we'll all use the same rolls and see how we go, basically. I don't know how we're going to go in terms of people notifying. We're going to have like a star count or something that
if someone jumps into the chat and says they've got 3 stars, we'll have to just believe them and take that as our signal for the last turn. Last round.
And if you want to share your completed maps on Twitter, we're at postmarkgames. At postmark_games, and we're also the same on Instagram. So feel free to share your resulting maps at the end. Oh wow, Fireflash! Fireflash, I'll also upgrade you to be an actual mod here, which will probably help you. Rory, you have to vamp for like while I do.
Oh wait, I was going to say Fireflash complimented my Stormtrooper helmet, which is just it's kind of so hard to work this out here, which I don't get enough of a chance to talk about, and it's one of my fond possessions. So I will. I'll just give that a bit of airtime because it's very grand. You can see it sits above. These are some games that I've designed, and the Stormtrooper helmet has pride of place above those. I bought it actually for a friend of mine used to work at Windsor Castle. If anyone in the UK is familiar with that, it's one of the seats of the Queen of England. And a friend of mine used to work there, and they did a thing for a while where staff and friends of staff, they did like a cinema evening where you got granted access to like basically this area, which is like the Queen's private garden you don't normally go into. So it's a really cool occasion. And one of the films we saw one year was The Force Awakens, I think, and people go in fancy dress. And so I thought it would be fun to wear a tuxedo and a Stormtrooper helmet and Stormtrooper gloves. So that's what I wore. And that's why I have that Stormtrooper helmet. That's what I bought it for. I bought it specifically for the Queen of England. And I'm not sure if she saw from her window, but I suspect if she did, she was very impressed. Squirrel Noises said, what's your favorite game from the shelfie? I mean, that's a difficult question to answer probably, but I'm just looking what I can see in view at the moment. I have been playing recently quite a bit of Wonder Woman Challenge of the Amazons, which is a co-op game from Ravensburger and Prospero Hall, and it is really, really good. I think it flew under the radar for a lot of folks. I don't think it was widely available outside of the States. I imported my copy. And it's a really nice co-op game that has you do some of the play is team talk, and then some of the play you do individual without talk. So it kind of gets around the alpha player problem that some co-op games have. You can't really tell other people what to do. You can in the kind of team phase, but after that, there's a bit of kind of your own thinking, and you could go off plan a little bit. So it's a really nice co-op where you can plan stuff, and then you can be a maverick and do your own thing, which as you can imagine, is quite fun, and you can annoy other players with it, which is ultimately the best thing to do in all board games.
It's just to annoy your friends. That's
exactly.
Oh yeah, sorry, I found it for a score. There you go. And hi to Rock'em Socket Robot, Falcon 004, Feminu 247, Wim the Webmaster, who is, I think I remember from another playthrough, managed to get 3 stars very quickly. Paul apparently has 2 stars already before we haven't even played. So I think we're gonna have to watch out, these sort of things. And yes, and Fireflash has put a link. So if you check that comment, so that's the update where the files are, and that's only available to backers. So hopefully, Tantora says, unfortunately, like the Avengers, not Avengers, the game you mentioned, Rory, or the Ravensburger, Wonder, they're not available in Europe necessarily, sadly. It's the bane of like the Target kind of exclusive thing, like I really want to get Phil Walker Harding had a new game called Summer Camp, I think. It's like kind of like
that looked cool.
This kind of like intro to deck building, which I think looked really cool, but I don't think it's possible to get over here, unfortunately. What a Twitch hand! Welcome. Yeah, sorry to everyone. We're not used to have to even welcome this many people. So, hey Rob, how you going? Long time follow of the channel and everyone. So we're going to probably get started in about, shall we say we're going to do a bit of a quick rules overview. So I imagine we'll be starting, I don't know, in 10-ish, 8 to 10 minutes. We'll do the rules in that time. So everyone get your map ready, map 1 ready. And we are doing a quick teach, as Squirrel said. So but feel free to tell us any fun things you're doing for Christmas in the chats. And and again, thank you to everyone joining us. Thank you to all our wonderful backers. We were just saying, I think it's an incredibly positive community. So we're really, really glad to be trying to lead the ship, as it were, with some great help from other folk. So I will throw to you, Rory, I think, for the rules. Shall I put your screen up? Do you think that's going to be the...
I'll sort of go through. I don't know if you can see my mouse. Can you see my mouse?
I think we can.
Hopefully folks are sort of familiar with Voyages from the Kickstarter campaign. If you're totally new to it, I hope I'll go over kind of roughly what's going on, and I'll go into some of the rules, but hopefully you'll pick it up as we go along as well. So in Voyages, we are each captaining our own vessel on our own personal game sheet. So we're independently drawing our own sheets, and we are using the same dice rolls. We're playing simultaneously. The only kind of way that we're interacting, I guess, is that when one player has reached their third, one or more players have reached their third legendary star, which is this space here on this track, then we play one final round after that, and then at the end of that round, we tally up the gold, which is the score, the points that you're scoring in the game, and whoever's scored the most gold is the winner. So it's not necessarily the person who triggers the end of the game that wins, but that is kind of the way that the game ends. So it's kind of a sandboxy style affair where we're all traveling around our maps, collecting cargo and selling that cargo to settlements, picking up sailors and recruiting new crew, landing on islands and scoring the gold from the islands. So there's lots of different ways you can score gold, and I'll go through each of those as I talk through the rules. The way that we move around is each round 3 dice are rolled, and from those 3 results, you pick 2 of them, 2 different dice, to be your movement and your speed. So let's say, for example...
actually, Rory, sorry to interrupt. I think you might have an old version of the file. Actually.
Oh, no, I do. That is my bad. It's because I opened up StreamYard earlier and...
it already had the map from before.
You already had it on there. That's my bad. I'm just going to... let me just
everyone talk amongst themselves.
quickly load into...
I'll switch to the other stream, thanks to everyone who noticed that.
Thank you. That's the old one. That is the new one. Yeah, sorry about that, everyone. That is my bad. We have tweaked a couple of the not since this is pre-campaign. Actually, we tweaked some of the scoring values. So that was up there from long past. But Sketch.
Yes, map use will be using all the same dice, so I'll be showing them on my stream, my screen here, so everyone will follow along.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm back. Thank you very much to Eagle Eye who picked that up, because that would have put me at a real disadvantage as well. So,
well, I don't know. We're at an advantage. Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, I would have claimed disadvantage either way had I lost. So, anyway, so we are rolling. One person rolls 3 dice. In this instance, it will be Matthew who's rolling the dice, and we are all using those same values to move our ship around the map. So 2 of the dice are used for movement and ship movement and ship speed. I'm just getting a phone call. I'll turn that off. So let's say, for example, I picked a 2 and a 3 dice results to move. I could use the 2 as the direction, which if we look in this windrows down here is like a northeasterly direction. Or I could pick the 3 as a direction, which is a kind of southeasterly. So they would be my options there. And then I would move the number of spaces of the other dice that I picked for movement. So if I picked the 2 for direction and the 3 for speed, I would move like this. I would move 3 spaces. And with the movement, you always travel the distance of the dice result that you've chosen, unless you hit an island, which are these spaces here, in which case you always stop, or you hit the edge of the map, in which case you stop, or the dread, in which case you stop as well. The dread is this space over here. We'll go into that one in a moment, but that's sort of treated a bit like an island while the dread is alive, while it's there hounding you. So that's the ship movement. So what you end up with is lines on your map. So this would be maybe round 1, and then round 2, I would move from this position. So maybe I picked a 1 for direction and a 2 for movement, in which case I would move here. So you end up drawing over your over your map, charting your voyage across the ocean, and as you do that, you'll be scoring gold in various different ways, hopefully. Your 3rd dice that you use, so of the 3, so the 2 that you pick for movement, that will do your movement, your direction, your speed. Your 3rd dice result you use for your duties down here, and this is you kind of, or you and your crew, making sure that the ship is running properly. And everything is ship shape, for want of a better term. Yeah, exactly. So when you fill in your duties, you pick the value, the result of the chosen dice, and you cross off one of those numbers, corresponding numbers. If I picked a 2 as my duties, I could cross that one off, or I could cross this one off, or I could cross this one off. If you ever pick a dice result for duties and you've crossed off all of that number already, you just ignore duties. You can't do any duties on that particular round. Although you have got the opportunity to modify the dice, modify the results by different amounts by using sailors. And sailors are kind of like a resource that is used for dice modification. So let's say, for example, the dice roll, maybe the dice rolls were 3 3s, for example, and I didn't want to go in the direction of a 3. I wanted to go in the direction of a 4, which is south. I could exhaust one of my sailors, and you start with 6, these outlined ones here. I could exhaust one of my sailors, and then I could change that result for just me to a 4, in which case I would move 4 direction, and then the 3 speed, and then I would use the other 3 for duties. And the sailors can be used to change the dice results for direction, for speed, and for duties. So you've always got a little bit of flexibility with the dice, provided you have sailors who are ready to go. And there are other ways to get sailors, which we'll go into shortly. You can use as many or as few sailors on a round as you want, so you don't have to use any. You're never obliged to use them. And on the other end of the spectrum, if you want to use 2 or 3 or 4, 5 or 6, if you've got them in reserve, you can do that. So you can change as many of the dice results as you want by as many plus or minus 1s as you want, provided you have the sailors to do that. So that's what the sailors and the dice do. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an idea of how we move around the map. I'll just talk a little bit about the other things on the map and ways to score gold now. So where you end your turn, so there's these different icons on the map here. You don't get anything for traveling through them. So if I was to take this movement on my first turn, I wouldn't get anything for this space here. But if you can end your turn on a space that's got an icon on it, you can perform the action of that space. So you do that after you've done your ship movement, after you've done your duties, you then see the space you're on and you perform that action if there are any actions to be performed. In this instance, this anchor symbol means I gain another sailor. So I would draw a box around these sailors in reserve, and I've gained myself another sailor that I can use on future turns to modify the dice again. You can also gain a legendary star. Remember, I talked about those earlier on. You can gain a legendary star by gaining 6 additional sailors. So that's one of the ways to gain a legendary star. There's also a legendary star in the duties as well on this middle row. I did forget to say on the duties, but when you complete a row or a column filling out the duties, you get that bonus. So in this instance, if I filled out this column here by crossing off a 6, a 3, and a 2 on different rounds, I would gain a sailor. If I filled out this middle row by crossing off those numbers on different rounds, then I would gain a legendary star. So I would circle one of these stars. That's a very bad circle. And I would gain a barrel, which is a wild cargo. And I'll go into the cargo now. So that's what the sailor icon does. The brown icons in the ocean are different types of cargo you can get. So the triangle is spice. The circle is fruit. The kind of rough square shape is hide, and this sort of rhombus shape, I think that's a rhombus, I've said it now, is a gem. They're different types of cargo you get. When you end your turn on one of those spaces, so if I was to end my turn on this space here, I would then circle that particular type of cargo, which means I've loaded it onto my ship. It doesn't do anything for me just now, but if I can sell it, I can score some points from it. So that's what the icons in the sea, the brown icons in the sea do. The barrel icon, which you get from this middle row and you also get from the different spots in the ocean, is a wild cargo. So that can count for any of these. So if I already had one of these hides and then on a future turn I gained a barrel, I might want to gain another hide. Because when you sell your third piece of one type of cargo, so if I gained all 3 of these and then I was able to sell them by visiting a settlement, I would gain another legendary star. So that's another way to gain them. So the cargo you sell at settlements, which are these islands with the this kind of house and anchor shape. So these islands here with the numbers in, you just gain that many gold by landing on them. So they are just points effectively. These islands here with the house/sailor shape, they are settlements, and at those islands you can sell any cargo that you've got. So when you sell cargo, you can sell up to one of each type of cargo. So if I had a hide and a gem and a fruit and I ended up at a settlement, I landed on a settlement, I could cross those 3 out and I would have scored myself 12 gold at the end of the game because each of those pieces is worth 3 gold each. You could also, instead of selling one of each type of cargo, you can sell all of one type of cargo. So if I had those 3 hides that I talked about and I visited a settlement, I could cross them all out. I would gain 12 gold because it would be the price for all of them, all of those pieces, and I would also gain a legendary star. So that's another option for selling cargo. The other icon in the sea are these goblets here, and these are related to the sailors. They allow you to make existing sailors heroic. So you're turning your sailors into heroes by giving them these ancient relics. So if you were to end your turn on one of these spaces, you don't gain a new sailor. Instead, you draw a little circle inside one of your existing sailors to just show that that sailor is now heroic. And when you use that sailor, and you don't have to use it on your next turn or in future turns, you can just choose when to use it. It allows you to treat any of the dice results as any number. So in that example earlier where we rolled 3 3s, I could cross off this heroic sailor and make one of those 3s any number I wanted. So they're very, very flexible for helping you move your ship around and helping you complete certain duties if you're looking for a particular, the final number in a row or column or something like that. They also, the heroic sailors, help you with the dread. So let's say on some previous turns, I had managed to gain 2 heroic sailors. The dread, when you land on this space here, you need 2 heroic sailors to be able to defeat it. So if I was to end my turn on the dread space, I would cross off these 2 heroics here, and I would then defeat the dread, which would earn me 14 gold and another legendary star. So that's another way to get a legendary star. So that's what the heroic sailors are for. They are for modifying the dice beyond the plus or minus 1 that individual sailors let you modify the dice, and they are for defeating the dread if you have 2 of them ready to go. The final, I think I've talked about them all already, but the final legendary star is just in this ocean space up here in the top right of the map. So you just need to travel to that space to gain that legendary star. So you need to end your turn on that space, and then you've gained that legendary star. I think the final thing I haven't mentioned is these kind of dotted dashed regions here. These are unexplored ocean regions, and you score points for those by traveling to or through them. So let's say on one turn I traveled here. If I moved like this on my next turn, I have traveled through this unexplored region, so it counts as explored, then it counts as me venturing into it. And you score points for those depending on the number that you travel into. So if you travel into 3 of them, you score 9 points. If you traveled into 5 of them, you would score 25 points. So that is another way, gold rather than points. That's another way you can score gold for end game scoring. I think that's everything. Matt, have I explained that in a very bad way? I feel like I've kind of...
No, I think it's fine. I think if anyone has questions, I've been answering questions in the chat, but if you've got questions, just throw it in the chat. And as Rory said, basically we play until once one player has got 3 legendary stars. We play one more final round after that. And what we'll do here is, I think when you we'll wait after each turn a little bit of time for people to take their turn, but also maybe you could announce when you get a star in the chat, or just announce your when you get another star, just say how many stars you have. So like when I get my first star, I'll say I've got 1 star, or if you've just got your second, I've got 2 stars now, or whatever. I'm also going to put the dice rolls in the chat, so if you come late or you have to duck away, you can always catch up by looking at what the dice rolls were. And catch up if you want, or if you're watching this after on YouTube or somewhere, then you can also play along as you're going here. Fireflash, what happens if you land on the dread but don't have 2 RX? You don't defeat the dread. Just nothing happens effectively. You can come back and when you get 2 RX, come back and try and defeat the dread. But that's fine.
Yeah, I think we have in the rules that you, as a penalty, the dread does attack you. You lose a sailor.
Okay. I may have answered someone incorrecly on a thread. We're gonna have to. You're gonna have to mop up my mistake on BGG.
That's all right. I mean that in reality, landing on the dread if you don't want to is hopefully something that shouldn't happen, because it would mean you'd have to be in a very specific place on the map, and you would have to have a particular dice roll for that to happen. So it is an edge case, and it's good to know about it, but hopefully it won't be something that folks run into. But yes, you do lose a sailor as a penalty for landing on the dread if you cannot defeat it. If you don't have any sailors, you don't do anything. You can come back to it, as Matt said, and defeat it again And once it is defeated, it's gone. It's just an empty ocean space from that moment onwards.
I'm fixing my Board Game Geek post that I got wrong now.
To be fair, I think that's something that we added. I mean, I might have even this is I take responsibility for this because I might have added that rule in without actually consulting you. So, you know,
yeah,
like
that's why
said,
you gotta watch your partner in this.
Yeah, no, I'm just going. I'm going off on my own. Playing too much Wonder Woman Challenge of the Amazons. I've been conditioned to just be a maverick.
Yes, the dread is like an island. You when you run into it, you must stop basically. But I'm gonna
but yes, that's what the dread. But like I said, I mean, I'm interested to hear if it does happen to people. But hopefully, you won't be landing on the dread unless you want to. And if you do, you know, there are worse things can happen at sea, I think is the expression, which is probably fitting for this.
Worst things a dread roar is the law, yes. I should also say thank you so much, USA for your Prime subscription. I should tell everyone, don't feel free to use your subscriptions elsewhere. It's very, very kind and I'm very thankful. But certainly not expected. And you can see I'm such an amateur streamer that I don't even have some automatic thing that says when someone very kindly subscribes. So thank you. I'm sorry that I missed that before. The Dread Pirate Rory, that can be your also because this is sort of a new thing for this stream is we have the space to name our. So I think we should take some votes about what we should name our. Oh well, okay. Rory's just going to. I've
gone off on a tangent again.
I'll take if someone make some suggestions what I should call my vessel or my crew, and I will put that in my. I'll crowdsource my naming of the crew.
With my
Should I go away from yours and then we'll let you do it without everybody watching you?
No, I think it's all right. Well, I think it's all right. I'm going to draw a skull. I think. Well, someone said I'm the dread pirate. That's what I'm going to take as my.
Thank you, USA Full. It's a question about you. Must you use a die for duty? You don't have to. Well, sorry. Basically, with the 3 dice, you are going to assign 1 to each of the actions, but you're always allowed to assign them freely. You can assign a die to action even when it would do nothing. So, if that makes sense. So if you've used 2 dice already for the movement and you have a 3rd die, then you do have to use it for the duty. But I mean, you always would, if you had it left over. But if for some reason you really want, if you want to make a move that you can basically make the move and have that 3rd die not be useful, that's fine. If you can move, you have to move, right? Yes, that's correct. Yes, yeah. Of course, yes. You can choose dice such that you wouldn't move. So if you're at the top bit of the map and you choose a 1 for your direction, then you're not going to go you're not actually going to move. But if you rolled like 3 4s, then you must move. You must move in the 4 direction, basically.
Rob was enjoying my live graphic design. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate
it. I should have, or maybe it could have been a sort of a Bob Ross moment or something. There's a question that just printed mine out. Is it me or the colors seem very light washed?
Yeah, so the stuff in the score section is just there as a reminder. It's designed to be written over, which is why it's so light. We kind of toyed with the idea of removing it entirely, as it's not completely necessary. Like I said, it's just a reminder for what the different scoring things do. But yeah, that's why it's so light. It's designed to be written over. But we will go through what the scoring does when we come to the scoring phase. That's why.
I think we should probably get started because I am aware that it's near Christmas, so we shouldn't take too much of folks' time.
Exactly. Yes.
So I'm going to throw to my ship. I had no suggestions for my ship, so I'm gonna name it throughout the stream if someone comes up with a good name. So yeah, let's go.
I think UCF Fall has handily given us the sort of, you always move, then you do your duties, then you do the action of the space you're on, which is important.
Yes.
But I'm also going to take that as a suggestion for your pirate name: move, duty, action.
Move, duty, action. HMS Mount Dunstan is I do like that. Okay. So let's go. I've got the thing up here. Let's roll. So that is first roll. We had a bit of a. So everyone roll 1, 2, 4, 6.
2, 4, 6.
Now because it's gonna see me pondering what I'm doing. Do I have the thing here? Yes, I do. Okay. Well, I never mind a good old 6 to start. I do quite like going into the other. Dare I? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go 6, but I'm gonna cross off a sail. I'm gonna go actually 5. I don't get anything here, but then I will use a 2. And what am I going to use the 2 for? I'll use a 2 here, I think. Ship name is Prickly Pine. It's not a bad name. Need a Christmas tree instead of a sail. Yes, that's true. That would be a little bit maybe. Last Kickstarter cargo, or lost Kickstarter cargo, even. Not to be too cruel to the other folks that had issues, I guess. Rory, what have you done? Oh, interesting.
I went similar, but I decided to get the relic instead.
Did you not have to cross off a sailor to do
that? Yes, I should have crossed off a sailor.
Already cheating.
It's been a long day. Yeah. I should have done that. My apologies. That's what I'm doing.
I'm using 5 for my distance. I only have to go 5, so I used a sailor. I can switch to mine. So I went 5 for my distance, but I've changed the 4 to a 5 by using 1 sailor, which I have crossed off, unlike Rory. So yeah. At least I'm not going to cheat, but we're going to have to. Maybe I'll just have to have it on Rory's screen the whole time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah. I feel like I'm embodying the persona of the Dread Pirate by just that's what the Dread Pirate would do. They would cheat.
They'd take it into their own hands.
Yeah.
All right, I think we can roll again. Let's go roll. We have a 1, a 4, and a 6. Ironclad, can you move if you're at the edge of the board? No. So once you're at the edge of the board, you stop, basically. Gonna cross over to, well, actually, sorry, I'll leave the dice up so folks can see that. Interesting. Wow.
It was a 1, a 4, and a 6, wasn't it? Yeah.
Someone's got a star already. Oh, I see. You went 2 and 2. Oh, interesting. I'm going to assume that Bridge 4 Melby, that you just picked up the star in the top right-hand corner. Zoidberg, shoot with your question. Ironcladius says, if the die would make you exceed the edge, roll a 6. Exactly. So you move as far as you can until you hit the edge, and then you stop. And that's the same for islands as well, if you would hit an island. Zoidberg says, so you get the gold of a 2-sides island. Yeah, so it doesn't matter which space you land on a 2-space island, you always get whatever's on it. And when you leave the island, you can leave from either hex. I'm not sure if we said that.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good point.
Yeah.
I was playing fairly conservatively until I heard that Bridge 4 Melva has already got a star, and I feel like now I've got to maybe change my plans.
Up your game a little bit.
My game, yeah.
Well, I'm going to go 4.
Squirrel Noises has asked for a reminder on the anchor. The anchors are sailors, and they allow you to modify the dice. So if you land on an anchor space, you gain a sailor, which is great because that's more opportunities to modify dice. I forgot to also say, when you visit a settlement, which is the house sort of icon, you also gain a sailor, regardless of whether you sell to that settlement or not. But if you do gain a sailor, or if you sell, you can't visit that settlement again and get gain the benefit from it. So the settlements are kind of like as with everything in the game, once you have used the benefit of it, you cannot use it again. So you cannot retrace your steps and land on a space and gain that icon if you've already gained it, and you cannot.
You can, but it should be clear. You can retrace your steps.
You can retrace your steps.
It won't help you necessarily. Like if you land on something and you can't get it again, effectively. So yeah, I wonder if Bridge is going to just gonna get 3 stars in like 6 turns.
Storm the end. Yeah, I think their sort of pirate name should be something suitably speedy.
Also, just do let us know if you're playing along if you are playing along. It'd be just nice to know how many people are playing. I'm sure one day we'll be advanced enough to have some sort of app that would be like showing who's playing, but not today, unfortunately. But yeah. Anyway, so I'm down in the. Have you taken your turn, Rory? By the way.
Second turn, I have. Yes, I just moved in the 6th direction.
Oh yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I basically did what you did on the first turn, but with the second turn.
Paul's got a question. Sorry if this has been answered. I missed a bit. But does an island stop? Yes, you do. Like the edge of the map, an island stops you. Oh, great! Thanks everyone for playing along. It's nice to see. Hollyoaks on the 3-point island in the south. Very nice. Enjoying a nice cocktail, waiting for us to catch up, probably. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Let us roll. We have got a 1, a 3, and a 3. Pestilence 7 has got a question. When moving from a 2x island, can you use either hex as starting later? Yes, you can.
It's another sailor. I don't want to, but I'm going to.
Another sailor.
Yeah.
Very dangerous. Oh, I don't mind that. That was actually quite good for me. I will take the 3 and a 1, which will give me that fruit. Tasty fruit. And I have a 3 left. I'd love another fruit, but I don't think I'm going to get another fruit. I'll just get this 3, I think. So we'll go back to the control Rory here. So you went in the one direction, you went 3 spaces.
Yeah, I changed my 1 to a 2 and with a sailor, and then I went 3 spaces so I can get some gold, because I'm so scared of the game ending with me having no points, no gold. So
we're playing against each other. We don't mind, everyone in chat. I mean, you're in a different league. This is only a grudge match between the two of us.
It is, yeah.
Played out amongst everybody. But
the fantastic thing about finally getting to send the game sheets out is seeing the eye-wateringly good scores that people who are good at the game can achieve.
You can confirm just how bad you are.
It really has shone a light on how terrible I am at all games in particular. But
we were talking about a solo challenge where you have to try and score the lowest while still winning, because in solo you have to get at least 3 stars in 16 rounds.
Yeah.
So
Fireflash is accusing me of cheating again. I know I that's actually 2 journeys. I travelled to the relic on my first turn, and then I travelled in the same direction again on my second turn. So I did stop on that relic. I did gain it legitimately. Yes.
Yes, there are only 7 different regions, so that's the max you can get, basically. Bridge has played solo 5 times. I see. So very good. Worked out the strategies. So
Fireflash, please don't follow me for tactics, please. I beg of you. So that would be a masochistic thing to do.
It's like watch Rory to see what you shouldn't be doing.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, in case in point, where Rory takes 2 turns to get somewhere, I just take 1. So
Yeah.
No.
Slow and steady.
Wins the rest. All right, roll 4. Here we go. A 1, a 2, and a 5. 1, 2, and a 5. Yes, Karis, there is a place on the Discord. Either Fireflash or Zypher might be able to put a link to the relevant, or even set up a temporary. I think you can have these temporary like channels for the live plays. So maybe we'll set one up to be able to put this as. Rob said it's actually my first. Is your first play of anything, any game, or just Voyages? I would hope, I hope you hadn't been playing Voyages for months before. How did you get the thing? No, I'm just joking. Although, of course, because Rob probably played it before, a very early version at the Game Jam. I guess that's right. Pestilence is saying, just wanted to say, sorry. I guess that's thank. I just wanted to thank you for putting a Kickstarter together where gamers can have something so quick for the holidays. Planning on playing this with several family members. Our pleasure. I mean, and of course, it's nice, doing something like this. It allows us to be able to do that. Like we can get things to, and we really tried hard to get things before Christmas. So yes, you must stop at the lines. We had, yeah. I mean, we were talking a little bit about like rules are so hard to write, really. Just not for, it's just everyone has a different way of interpreting language and technical writing and these sort of things. And yeah, we were surprised a few folks who would just like plow through islands. But no, you must stop on island when you get there. That's what ships do. Valen 404 has. Do you have to use a sailor if you ran out of tiles on the map? Exactly, for roll 6, you only use 5. No. You can use. You don't have to alter the roll, and you'll just stop, and you won't move anymore.
The sailors are always optional.
Yeah.
So you're never forced into using them. That's always your choice.
Holyoke's got their second heroic. Roll me towards the dread. Okay, we will.
Yeah,
try.
I'm with you there on Holyoke. I'm heading towards the dread too. I think that's my plan.
Oh yeah, sorry. I can go over to show you there. While I have to work out what I'm doing. Oh, that was actually. I've had some pretty good rolls, I must admit. I'm not gonna lie.
Pestilence 7 has asked if we'll be doing a playthrough of the second map as well. I'm sure we will. Matthew and I are going to try and take a little bit of time off for Christmas because, as you can imagine, it's been fairly intense. The Kickstarter, and then we had a bunch of stuff to sort of prepare in the time between the Kickstarter ending and us sending out the files. So, yes, we will do a playthrough of it. It's probably not going to be this side of Christmas, but we will do a playthrough of it soon. Matthew did do a solo playthrough of it actually during the campaign, and I think that's available on YouTube if I'm not.
Yeah, I can find that quickly.
So if you want to just watch a kind of a run through of it, there is a run through of it available. But we will do a playthrough of it with the community as well, because heaven only knows I want to get beaten on another map as well as this one. So yes, I think we will do, and we're hopefully as well map 3, which we've been working on, will be is not far off being ready. So when that gets released, then I suspect we'll do a playthrough of that as well.
So this was I put the link to the YouTube there. I should note that also may not be the final version of that map, but we did that during the campaign. So definitely the rules didn't really change, but yeah, just I would obviously check the map and the rules that we've put in the files.
Fireflash has suggested that the captains, so the captains are our wonderful Discord moderators. They do a playthrough of map 2. I'd love to see a captain's grudge match.
Yeah, yes,
that would be.
exactly.
I would enjoy that a lot.
So you've got up north. I'll quickly show. I've just sold my bit of fruit. So not too bad. Yeah. So Zyph is in as well. Excellent. So we will have to do that. Excuse me. I hope we finish. Okay, we'll keep going. UFC full. I mean, of course, you could always watch later and you can pause your play and see how you go. We've got a 3, a 5, and a 5. I think we're roll 5, right? That sounds about right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep.
No, I didn't want that.
You haven't left. I think, but for those folk who wanted to go towards the dread, I mean, there's at least there is a 3 that might be useful. But yeah, not my favorite roll either. I must say, not my favorite roll.
I'm going to be incredibly reckless and. Visit a settlement without anything to sell to them. But that's what I'm doing, and I stand by it.
I'm going to turn the 3 into a 2 and the 5 into a 6. And I'm going to go all the way up here. And I have a 5 left. I'll go down here. 5. Well done, Pajaz. It's got the first star from the map. Well done, well done.
Hollyoak Sun has just defeated the Dread, so yes, we have plenty of people who are on the score table already with stars.
Bridge, if you don't use the settlement when you land on it, yes, you can. Yes, if you choose not to use the settlement, you can come back to it use again. That is
unless you get. So I did land on a settlement on my turn, and I didn't use it to sell to because I didn't have anything to sell to them. But I did gain a sailor from that settlement, so I have.
So you can't come back again.
I can't come back to that.
If you take any benefit, then you can't come back and do anything again. You effectively.
I didn't like them anyway. I didn't like the way they were looking at me.
Oh gosh, yeah, it's beat the Dread. Yes, exactly. That's very good. Must you stop in the Unexplored or just sail through? You can sail through, but you don't have to stop in it. Yeah, as long as you've kind of gone through at least one of the hexes, then you're fine. How did it note if you use a settlement? I just cross mine out, or I usually actually circle mine. Maybe you can see it.
Yeah, I mean you don't have. You can sort of. Well, it depends on how you want to play, really. I think you can kind of get an idea of where you've been to by looking at the lines on your map already. But yeah, you can cross it out or circle it. Whatever works. Whatever works.
Paul asks, does the number of the island? So the number on an island is the amount of gold you earn if you've visited it. So yeah, so if you visit, for example, this 3 island down here, then you'll score 3 gold for that at the end of the game. Can you use more than one sailor? Yes, you can use as many sailors as you want on as many of the dice as you wish. So how are we going over here, Rory?
I've visited a settlement which I didn't have anything to sell them, but that's fine. But I feel like I'm wanting to build a big crew. That's kind of what the dice are telling me, so I'm going for a big crew.
I have to admit the people living in that settlement are a little bit disappointed. We waited for weeks for a ship to come, and all they did was just come and grab someone from the village and then go again. So
UCF Falls made a good point, which is yes, if you do visit the settlement and don't use it, then you might want to mark it in some way to denote that. My own personal play style is to always use the settlements when I visit them, but as I've mentioned before, that's not not.
Don't do what Rory does.
Don't do what I do.
Evening, Aquasaurus. How are you going? Long time viewer of the channel. We've got a 2, 4, and a 5 for roll 6. Hey Nicholas, how you going? Another long time viewer. No, thank you so much for the thanks. And yeah, these are very old viewers of the channel. I don't think, as I was saying earlier, I think this is easily a record for the most people ever had on this Twitch channel, I should say. So Rory, it's all for you, Rory. That's you're the change in that. So thanks for helping me make me famous. So
it's all right.
Hollyoak's got the first star on the duties track. I see. So you went straight for yes. We've had 6 turns, so you can, if you just cross off 1 each on the duties, then we're gonna watch Rory think. We put some.
I did that in the wrong. I should have done my duties before I'd done that. But yes, so that's what I'm doing. I'm traveling with the 5 and the 2 direction up to this relic, and I am crossing off a 4 on the duties, and I'm gaining the relic, the heroic sailor. I've now got a whole load of heroic sailors. In fact, too many. I've added too many. I shouldn't have that many.
Cheating again. Well done.
I know. It has been a fairly long day for me, so I'm gonna use that as my excuse. There is a rubber here somewhere. In fact, I can just do it on the layers, can't I?
Just doing a little bit cheating. Very good. But Ed Zoidberg's got 2 stars.
Oh, crikey.
UFC Falls also at 2 stars. But Zoidberg is alone on their boats. That is always a bit dangerous, being so aggressive with the sailors. So, yes, the roll 6 was 2, 4, 5. Yep. So, again, one day we'll be professional and we would have something tracked on screen. But Hollyoak's got 3 heroics though, and 1 sailor left. Well, I mean that's not quite alone. That's like that's a buffed crew there. I think that's
like Jason and the Argonauts, basically.
Yeah. I have come down. I'm up to my 4th unexplored region though, so I'm not doing too bad. Gravel Wedge has just been meandering around apparently. Well, that's
you
right.
And me both, buddy. You and me both.
All right, let's roll on. Roll 7. We got a 3, a 6, and a 6.
Well, that's all right for me, I think.
Paul has got 2 heroics and is heading to the dread. Good luck. Fair winds and fair sailing, as they say. Do I just take an easy 3? Probably. Yeah. Let's just take a 6. I needed a 6 actually. That's just good. I will take a new sailor and heroic.
Hollyoak Sun is at 2 stars as well.
And what did I do? That's all fine, I think. Yeah, I don't even have 1 star. Gosh, I've just been, as Brett would say, I've been bimbling around.
Bimbling, yes. UCF Fool is I don't know if it's just smack talk, but is claiming that the next round may be the last, maybe the 3rd star for them. So.
Oh my gosh! If we were also, but I think somehow there've been a few folk in the last few days, when we've been trying to catch up with everything, just been grinding the game, and Ted Toralis. Oh, I'm sorry, you've missed Ted. You can look back through the chat because I put each of the roles in chat. Someone, if was feeling kind, could summarize them all in one comment, possibly in the chat if possible. Yes, we're going to have to see some photographic evidence. I see. Only 3. Played it 3 times. Well, all right. Just natural talent. That is. My excuse is that it's streaming at the same time is tricky. Yeah, we've just passed turn 7. So. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Tadoris, but here we go. Thank you so much. These are the roles. That is a very, very nice summary. But yeah, hope the stress can be relieved soon.
Pestilence 7 has asked if we have more future content planned for Voyages. We definitely do. Map 3 is as we said, mentioned, is in the works. We've got some other bits and bobs that we want to do. We've got plenty of ideas, and obviously our sort of vision for Voyages is to release the content when it is ready. So, to work on it, and if and when we think it's good, to release it to the community. Matthew has put together a 12 Voyages of Christmas solo challenge, which we will be launching on Christmas Day. So that will be 12 different solo challenges, which I think some of them are quite interesting. So, I mean, they're all quite interesting. I think some of them are quite.
Some of them are terrible, but
some of them are quite crunchy. But that's that'll be a nice thing for folks to do, to try and see what they can score on those solo challenges by meeting the criteria of the challenge. So we've got plenty of stuff planned.
And we'll be releasing those 1 per day. So the first one will be on the 25th, second on the 26th, and so on. And we'll be posting them on Discord, on Twitter, on I think on Instagram, on BGG, anywhere that we're possible to. Hey, Paolo, yes, you can use a sailor to make a 6 into a 1, or vice versa. So yes. Oh, a wraparound mechanic. Now that is quite interesting. Sailing around the oceans. That would be. Who knows what will come up in the future. If people are interested in what might come out, we had a vote for what the 3rd map was going to be, but we had 3 options, of which the Dark Depths won the vote. But you can have a look. We probably will be doing other ones, I'm sure, at some point as well. So let's do roll 8. Roll 8, is that right?
I think it's roll 8. Yeah.
All right, roll 8. Here we go. A 1, a 3, and a 4.
1, a 3, and a 4.
Oh, I'm feeling the pressure, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, me too.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there we go. This is the last rounds after this.
Oh, crikey. I better start exhausting some of these heroic sailors, then, I suppose. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do that. I'm going to burn through sailors like they're going out of fashion.
I mean, just to be clear, you're not actually burning sailors.
I'm not burning them, no. I mean, now might be a good time to quickly run through scoring. So you score gold for islands you have visited. That's the number on the islands. You score gold for the unexplored regions that you have entered, which we did explain a bit at the beginning. You score gold for the cargo you've sold, and also 1 gold per unsold piece of cargo. You score 2 gold per unexhausted heroic sailor, 14 gold if you defeat the dread, and 3 gold per legendary star, of which I have no legendary stars, and I definitely won't have any by the time we end. So, yeah, pretty terrible for me.
Yeah, if you defeat the dread, you do get a star. Yes.
Yes, you do, but I unfortunately am not really on to defeat the dread, so I'm not in line with it. So
I do realize now that with the more people you play, actually, the likelihood of it being a quick game is higher. So I can't say this is probably the most players we've ever had in a game. So it's. I realize also another way that we could also do these kind of mass playthroughs is we can kind of do simultaneous solo play, which is also another kind of challenge where you have the same die rolls, but you just play the full 16 rounds. It's not necessarily a race.
That's more suited to my speed, I think.
Yes. We've got several people on 3 stars. Falcon's got a question. You need to stop in ocean regions to count. No, you can go through the ocean regions. That's perfectly fine. It still counts. Most players sounds like we need some sort of Steam achievement or something like that. I'm trying to work out how I can actually make some points to kind of rescue this really bit of a terrible travesty of a thing, but don't really know what I can do.
Well, we still have another dice roll, do we?
We have 1 more after this one. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So it's not that much to go on.
I think my best bet is to either sell to a settlement or to head up to this 8 island is probably what I'm thinking.
No, well, I think I'm going to be burning the sailors because it's not burning them again. We should just make that clear. Well, I'm just going to go up here, I guess. So 3, there's the 2 into a 1. And with the 4, I couldn't go there. Yes. So I'll get another legendary, right. Paul's got all their eggs in the dread basket. So Big really wants a 2. Okay, we'll do our best. I'm just trying to hope that I can get to this final unexplored region and salvage something of this play effectively. All right, so the final roll. You want a 2 or a 3? Well, I think there's a pretty good chance of getting one of those. Let's see. There you go. There's the 3.
There's
3, a 6, and a 6.
I didn't want any of those. I did not want any of those. I'm gonna have to.
All right, Holyoke's been checking the Julius route. It's legit. Okay, so we're not gonna have to. This is the last turn. There will be no recount. It's actually pretty good for me though. I still get to come down here, get myself a bit of cargo, just extra gold, and then I don't think anything I do is going to make a difference in the duties. So I think we will go for a 6. Get another sailor. Whoops. Pestilence got a question. Just a wish list for future. But you maybe add a QR code on the board for the rules.
I think we're going to probably keep the rules, the designs of the game sheets pretty much as they are from now on, unless there's areas that we need to fix, which hopefully there aren't. However, if you head over to our Discord server and you join that, we have got a community content channel, which is again wonderfully curated by our captain moderators, and someone has created a QR code that you can kind of stick in place of on the flag or on the sail. So that is an option if you want to do a bit of crafting yourself or a bit of modding of the game yourself. So yeah, I would maybe head over to the Discord channel and have a look over there. But yeah, I think we're probably going to keep them fairly as is for now.
Great. So let's score it basically. And thanks Fireflash for the link to the Discord there. So, well, we start. So gold from islands. I have. So this is where you add up all the islands with numbers that you've visited. You add up their sum, and that's how much gold you get. So I have 3.
I have 17.
17. Good.
Yeah, but I think that's where most of my points are coming from, to be honest.
Well, I might have you covered, I think. Okay. Gosh, we got some low scores here. Oh, 30. All right. Oh gosh, everyone just like we need a little bit of suspense here, you know.
Yeah. Well, I'm plowing through now. If we're plowing through, ocean regions for me is 4. I got.
Okay, I have old 25.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Because I got to 5, so that's not too bad. So goods sold, I've got 4.
I sold none, but I do have some unsold, so I will feed that to my heroic sailors and score 2 gold for that.
Oh, hey Vertigo, how are you going? Another fantastic captain. You might have missed where we were saying that the captains want to throw down against each other or potentially against us. So, oh my gosh, 63.
Yeah, that's a cool score.
In 8, I have to see that map.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some adjudicating.
That is real. That is masterful play. Well done to that. Got 62 as well though. Okay, so we don't even know what we're doing basically.
No, it's true. It's true. Yeah, I suspected that for a long time actually.
So heroic sailors, I've got 4 for leftover heroic sailors.
I had 6.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I realised I haven't really been trying to your weekly. Put that up. I did not defeat the dread, and I didn't get any stars, and I think you're about the same, aren't you?
Yeah.
So that makes total of 11, 36 for me. Somewhere in the middle, I think, and 29 for Ori. So you can have a look at mine. 36. So yeah, that was quite incredible. So Victor's has made it to 6 of the regions. Yeah, that's quite good. And got the yes. I think it's one of the. We were discussing this a little bit that it's sort of funny. No matter how much testing you can do, the moment you open it up to thousands of people to play it, I feel like there have been a few optimal routes worked out quite quickly. So well done to those folks. But a good mix of scores, and hopefully, well done on the 3 stars and things like that.
And we will. The great thing about the thing I'm excited about the model that we're doing of kind of releasing content as we create it is we can obviously respond to the community, and we can hopefully, we've got ideas for future maps, but we will listen to the community, and we will kind of see how people are playing the game, and we will try and tailor them as best to that. So I hope that for those that that have worked out optimal strategies for map 1, they may not be able to apply those optimal strategies for maps 2 and 3 and beyond. So yeah, I hope there'll be plenty for folks to sort of get their teeth stuck into.
Yeah, no, and no, I think yeah. So it's very interesting. I think the unexplored regions are quite strong, but yeah, that's. We'll see. Who knows? There may be there'll be a nerf patch or something, and we'll nerf them. No, we're not going to do that.
We'll do a Bungie, and we'll nerf all the good stuff from Destiny.
Cypher's saying my 1 star is not a review of the game, just my playthrough. No, but yeah. So feel free to head over to the Discord, post your sheet and your score as you wish. And thank you so much to everyone for joining for the play, and I hope it's going well. Our pleasure, Pestilence. No, we've just been so happy with. I think we've really. I've said this before that, I think we've just been very lucky with the kind of community that it seems to have come to this game, and also when you think about the size of the number of backers actually. To have been able to kind of keep this kind of positivity, and that's down to you folk in the stream, in the chat and Discord and on Kickstarter. It's really just been really, really positive. So no, thank you to all, and I hope that I consider it's part of the Postmark family now, and we're certainly not we're not going to stop with one game. I don't think. we need a break, but we will be doing more stuff certainly. So no, thanks everyone.
Quick gavel wrench. The active sailors are the same as unexhausted sailors. We will change that wording at some point. We're kind of drawing a line under changing the rules too much now, because obviously some folks are printing and laminating and stuff like that. So we don't want to be. Well, we want to, make sure that the rules are as clear and as well as they can be. We're probably not going to adjust them too much. We're not going to adjust them now, probably into the new year. So we'll give folk a chance to play them. And I think this is obviously a learning experience for both of us too. We were talking about perhaps in the future we'll release the rules as a kind of a 0.1 version, and then let the community kind of play with them and give us feedback, because obviously we want them to be as clear and as useful as possible. So yes, we will change that. If folks do have any questions on the rules, we have got a FAQ on Board Game Geek. So you head over to the Voyages page, you'll see there's a rules FAQ, which we will continually update. So if you've got any questions, or if you spot anything you think might help with some clarity on, let us know either on the Discord or drop us an email, or on Twitter or on Instagram, and we will add to the FAQ. And at some point in the future, we will go through the FAQ and we will create a version 1.3 of the rules. But for now, the rules are as they are, and hopefully they are enough for you to get going. And yeah, we will endeavour to do better next time.
No, I think it's a tough thing, and that's. I mean, in some ways, there's an advantage that we can actually update. I mean, it's funny, like when you are given the option to do something, it opens up new challenges. Obviously, with physical board games, you don't even have the option of updating the rules. So, but it's nice that we can. So we're just trying to find a balance, I guess, with that. And thank you so much, Cypher. There was a question about if you missed the Kickstarter, we will be selling the game from our website in the new year. So sign up to our mailing list. Also, anybody who's watching, even if you are a backer, if you can sign up to that mailing list, at some point we're going to, there are a lot of these sort of data protection laws in Europe and things like that. And if you're interested in what we're doing and want to support us, if you can sign up for that mailing list anyway, that would be great, and we can let you know what's going on. I'm sure we'll send up Kickstarter updates and things like that. But it's just if you want to absolutely be sure of getting what we're doing, then that's the way to do it. So
yeah, all of the content for Voyages we will obviously update through Kickstarter. But yeah, as Matthew said, we will, future stuff that we're doing, we'll probably use the mailing list to update folks on. So yeah, go and sign up for that. And yeah.
And there was a Fireflash. Thanks very much. If you join the play along, don't forget there is a challenge already going over on the Discord where you have to get your highest solo score while beating the dread within that. So that's a nice warm up to the 12 Voyages of Christmas, which will be similar sort of challenges and some different rules and things like that. And thank you so much, Fireflash, for links to the Discord and to the FAQ. So hopefully that will all work out well. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you want to say, Rory, or
I don't think so. I made lots of mistakes in that, so I think that's the universe saying to me I need to go to bed early tonight. So that's what I'm going to do, I think. And yeah. But thanks very much for everyone for dropping by.
Yeah, thank you again, and thanks for all the wonderful comments. And yes, have a great festive season in whatever you're doing. Hope you're all safe and well as much as possible. And we'll definitely do some more streams. That will probably be after Christmas if we're going to be doing any of that. But I'm sure we will be doing that as well. And yes, the aforementioned captain's playthrough or something like that. So that's good. Zobe, a quick question about any plan on translation of the boards. At the moment, no. We're sort of it's slightly trickier, and we're also trying to work out how to manage that workload. I mean, the fact that we've been able to translate into so many languages is down to the fantastic community, and thank you to that. But there is a little bit of a bottleneck that there's just two of us, and there's still a certain amount of kind of like management of the files and things like that, and we're just trying to make that manageable. So for now, we're just sticking with the rules. We may release a version of the map without any text, which might make it easier as well. But we'll see what we can do. But yeah, for now we're definitely going to take a break and then come back and do that. Great. Well, thank you, Rory. Thank you for the
Thank you,
for letting.
Matthew.
Thank you. I'm glad that I could at least keep my.
Well,
It's not a streak because you won last time, but
no. But if we are doing kind of tallying it up, you definitely have got more wins over me. So yes, you can chalk that up as another victory over me, over the Dread Pirate, the Dread Captain.
Yeah. Great. Well, hope everyone has a wonderful evening, and we'll catch you on our next stream. Or we'll see you over on the Discord. Come and chat to us there. Great. All right. Take care, everyone.
Catch you later. Bye, everyone.
Bye.